Awesome. Hey, so I wanted to see if you guys had remembered every week I'm going to go live about this time. And just got done with the run, 3-mile run. Whew, it's getting warm. You guys ready for summer? But I was curious, at least for all of you here, you remember a couple weeks ago I posed a question. If you woke up as a millionaire, what would change in your life, right? And the reason I even posed that question was to kind of get you out of where you are now and start preparing, thinking about the future, right? And the reason that's important is sometimes we get so bogged down in the here and the now and the little weeds and the dishwasher started leaking and the car needs oil change and the kids, need new shoes and like all the things that bring life, right? When you have family. And we get so bogged down in that little stuff, we're not actually thinking more about the future. As you guys know, the summer is coming up officially. I think it's like June 20th. So here in about 4 weeks, the summer will officially be here. Here in Tennessee, it feels like summer's here already. But a lot of times we spend more time planning summer trips. So like if anyone's going to Montana in July, we spend sometimes more time on planning trips than we do thinking about our future. And I did pose this question: if you woke up as a millionaire, what would change in your life? And not just in general, but in specific areas, right? So like your health and your lifestyle, and then in your finances and your relationships and your career. As you guys know, $1 million can make a huge difference, but if it's mismanaged, it can disappear very, very quickly. And the reason I'm telling you that, I used to work with a guy, his mom won like $1 million. And he came into office, he was so happy one time. Like, no, it was your mom, not you, right? And he's like, yeah, we're rich. And this guy was like mid-40s. I'm like, now when you say we, it's your mom, right? And so long story short, within 3 or 4 years, she went back to bouncing checks, right? And so the idea here is you have to be prepared, you have to be intentional. And if you're not, your money's like wet rainwater. It's just going to go wherever you let it flow, right? And so part of this is being intentional, is figuring out what would change in your life, right? What would change in your relationships, your health, your finances, and your career, right? So obviously with $1 million, you probably can't be lazy the rest of your life, depending on, I guess, how old you are. If you're in your 70s, maybe you could. But if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, probably not going to last forever, right? Especially with inflation. So my question for you guys today is, do you have to be a millionaire to do some of what you want to do? The reason I'm asking is because when my wife turned 40, I decided I want to give her a surprise trip to Italy. And I didn't want to wait and postpone happiness to your quote unquote retired. I want to do it now. As you guys all know, when you're retired and you're in your late 50s, early 60s, your knees, your hips, like things don't quite work as well. So if you're going somewhere that has a lot of walking, you got to think through some of that and be intentional. And so that's my question for you all today is, do you have to be a millionaire to do some of the things that you wrote down on your list? And I did kind of screenshot all of that for those of you. So TJ, some of you guys on here responded. So I'm not going to read through them all. Wayne, Cindy, Dutt, Tim, Tracy. But I wanted you guys to be thinking about, like, do you have to be a millionaire to do some of the things? Some of you said, I want to give to my church. Well, guess what? You could do that now, right? You don't have to necessarily be a millionaire. Well, once I'm a millionaire, then I'm going, no, that's not how it works. It's when you get money, you kind of expand who you already are. So if you're a huge jerk, full of yourself with money, guess what? You're going to be a 10x version of that. But if you're a very kind, generous, giving, caring person with money, you're going to be a 10x version of that, right? So think of like the Batman and the Joker, right? Two very different people had some money, went totally different directions, right? And so the idea though is, could that be a difference maker? And I want you guys just to be thinking about this, because I have here in a few weeks, I have some ideas for some projects we could all work on to make a difference. And so that's what I have for you guys. Any questions, let me know. TJ, it's not always about how much money you could have, but hey, manage your money. Yep. Absolutely. Yep. And as you guys know, money could be a blessing and a curse. For this guy who worked with me years ago, when his mom won $1 million, it was a curse. They didn't know what to do with it, so they lost it. Went back to bouncing checks. It's not a good. Went back to the trailer parks, And so it was an amazing opportunity that they squandered. Because why? Because they weren't prepared. They weren't intentional. They just let it go wherever it went. Relatives come out of nowhere asking for gimmies. Give me this, give me that. So I'm curious if you guys look at your own list. What are the things on your list that you don't have to wait till you're a millionaire, right? Some of you guys want to pay off debt. Well, guess what? You can do that now, right? You can make extra money. You can do all kinds of things. So as we go into the summer, I want you guys to be thinking about, are you spending time thinking about things that really matter and make a difference in your life? Not just planning the summer trips, which those are easy. Those are coming up. Like I said, most of you spend more time planning summer trips than you do thinking about the rest of your life, like what you want life to look like. So that's what I have for you guys. Love you all. Reach out if you have any questions. Thanks. Have a good day.